Hey everybody, this is Michael at FOUCH FABS. I've got a little bit of a different setup here today. So this quartz material here, they only had one slab of it, and it was what the customer wanted in their kitchen. So the way it laid out on the slab, I could fit it all on there, but it was going to put the seam in a really weird area of the sink. Okay. So my customer, he brought up doing bars in the sink, which is what we're doing. To be honest, that thought hadn't even crossed my mind. I'd done a lot of bars, but it had always been drop-in bars. So that's what this video is. It's me doing these bars on an undermount sink. You can see I've got the opening here. I've already got this one set. I haven't glued it yet, but you can see how I do it. I use the C-clamps and pieces of stone. That way I can keep it perfectly smooth, perfectly level. I already took my 6-foot level and leveled out the countertops before I even started messing with these. I'm going to mix my epoxy right now, and hopefully it all turns out real nice. And I'll show you guys the aftermath of everything after I'm finished, and hopefully it looks great. But I just wanted to show you how I do this and how it turns out. All right, fellas, I got it setting up and the epoxy drying on it right now, as you can see. I'll try to push it together, but I pushed it and moved them, moved the bars a little bit, and then I had my partner, Big T-Dog here, push it, and I done the same dang thing. So we just kind of rolled with it, and we'll see how it turns out. As you can see, my epoxy is getting hard. It's definitely past the oatmeal stage. It started getting oatmeal-y on me, and as I was trying to wipe some more on here, so you can see. But I always make extra, especially when I do these bars, so that when I scrape it, then I can, you know, put more in it and fill the holes. So I've got Tony filming me right now, guys. The epoxy is hard. I don't know if you guys can kind of hear it, but it's hard. So I'm gonna keep my hardener there, but I'll cut that off when I'm not on video. So anytime you have these bars like this, you want to make sure that you get enough epoxy in there so it holds it together. Alright? You got to be really careful if you use the liquid acrylic, because it will separate the stone on top. But the Akimi shouldn't. So you just take it and you tap it just like that, and you end up with holes in there like such, which is what the extra epoxy we got over there is. And if you just pop it off like that, you shouldn't have any problems. Do the same thing in the back. That one was the hardest. I've got to keep some of these on the truck so we can do our bars. But as you can see, we've got a pretty nice layout here now. I've got to scrape off the excess, and then we'll have to fill in any parts that doesn't have epoxy in it. But I'm gonna let Tony film for just a second here so you can kind of see. I probably should have pulled the sink out from the sinkhole first. Way it didn't get epoxy on it. And of course, we're messing with quartz, so we are using the ceramic razor blades, which aren't quite as tough as the others, but they work pretty good. Got that. Got this one here too. Tough. I might have to take a regular razor to get that little ball off. as you can see, I think it turned out pretty nice. This one here's off maybe a 32nd, but I think it'll work out and be just fine. The rest of them are dead on, so I'll show you after I get it all polished and finished how it looks. Alright, here's the sink after I seamed it together and pulled the bars off and everything. So I like to be able to take a step back and not really be able to see where you seamed it at. So there's my step back. I can see the one on the left hand side over here, but the other ones I don't really see. This one was a little out of level, so I had to break it apart and put it back together, so that's why it's not as perfect and clean as the rest. But I think all in all they turned out pretty good. This one here, you can see it pretty decent. But it's not too awful bad in my opinion. So I think it turned out pretty good. There you go.